Hey everyone, it's Eric Gardiner, BLACKWELL Realty Group, heyeric.com, and today we wanted to talk about Opendoor, Zillow, and flipping here in Utah and what's going on. So I found an article on Wall Street Journal about Opendoor, and this reminded me of this house I go by a couple times a week that has an Opendoor rider outside of it, meaning they're selling it. And I wanted to deep dive into this. So looking at this Wall Street Journal article, we know that Zillow just fell out of the good graces of home flipping. They lost a ton of money. We've already recovered that. And they're going to write down even more in their fourth quarter earnings report, is what the CEO said. So iBuying, there's two other big players in them. And we got OfferPad and we got Opendoor. And we wanted to dive into this Opendoor because they are specifically in the Utah market, so we can go even further into what their houses they're flipping and how they're doing. But looking at this, Zillow, they flopped on this. One can choose to look at the iBuying industry as a runaway victory for Opendoor, which now owns a disproportionately large chunk of the monopoly board. Investors seem more disposed to the former view, sending shares of Opendoor up 15% after hours following its third quarter financial results. So investors are excited. Opendoor, they didn't lose money, so investors think, yeah, they got it now. They're going to take all the market share from Zillow that Zillow's getting out of it. Right here, you see Opendoor, November 3rd. These are for sale homes listing by the iBuyer. So these are the number of homes that were listed from March 4th through November 3rd through current. So Zillow obviously dropped off. OfferPad's been growing slowly through different markets. They're not in as many. Opendoor has been growing very rapidly. The pure play iBuyer said it nearly doubled its revenue, so they're talking about Opendoor, on a sequential basis in the period, and unlike Zillow, it even turned a profit. If Zillow went big last quarter, Opendoor characteristically went much bigger, buying 15,181 homes, 79% more than it purchased in the second quarter and 57% more than Zillow. So Opendoor has been crushing the Zillow numbers, and they've been doing it somewhat profitably, enough to stay in business, obviously. The safe conclusion here is that Opendoor is simply better at iBuying than the seasoned real estate giant was. So Zillow, they might have been used as estimates. Their algorithms for buying were bad because when you flip a home, you make your money on the purchase. If you overpay for a home, you're not going to make money because you're not going to be able to fix that home up enough to overcome other market variables. So that's probably what has caused Opendoor to succeed so far compared to Zillow. And it isn't alone. A smaller iBuyer, OfferPad, said Wednesday that it too managed to make money on an adjusted EBITDA basis last quarter, albeit off a much smaller base. Opendoor now says it had 17,164 homes on its balance sheet as of September 30th, representing nearly $6.3 billion in value. So and that's as of September 3rd. So the data we're going to be looking at is as of today, and today is November 11th. So it'll be a little bit different, but it just kind of compares, how much of that balance sheet is here in Utah. That would be an eye-popping risk in a still booming market, let alone one that has already started to turn. So some people, wonder, has the market turned? Is that why Zillow's getting out of it? Because they're worried about price depreciation. I'm not worried about that, but some people are. iBuyers will tell you that the best margin opportunity isn't in the home flipping transaction itself. So these people aren't getting into flipping to make money. They're all about the add-on services such as mortgage origination and title and escrow, which will grow over time. They believes it can manage contribution margin of 4% to 6% on a sustained annual basis. Long-term margins can be 7% to 9% as penetration of higher margin services begins. So there's a lot of companies that do this. They get into the house or the real estate industry just to sell mortgages, just to do title insurance, just to do home warranty. So all those ancillary services are where they make the money, and they're only flipping the houses or selling the homes to get the client, and then they sell them all the extra stuff, whether it's insurance, home warranty, things like that. On a per city basis, iBuyers will inevitably get better the longer they operate in various locations, honing the algorithms and on the ground contacts based on each market idiosyncrasies. We talked about that with the Zillow video, saying that it's hard to get contractors if you're not in a market. If you're not committed to the market, how are you going to get people to work for you consistently? So that's, down here, Opendoor's public offering filing shows that at least dating back to 2017, the company has yet to post a full year of profits on that basis. So they're making money, but they're not making a ton year over year. So that's what's tough about this industry, about flipping homes. If you're trying to do it on a mass scale, you're buying homes, it's a tough business, and they're trying to make all the money on the back end with ancillary services. So let's dive into a little spreadsheet I got. So here I pulled up every home. Here I pulled up every home that Open Door has sold or has listed through the last year. Let's see how many there are. 179. Average days on market, 37.9. That's much higher than average. Kind of disappointing in this hot of a market in Utah. You should sell homes a lot faster than that. We can see how many are sold here. So these top ones are all sold. So there's about 90 sold, and then the rest are active, under contract, or withdrawn, or canceled. I'm not sure why some of them are withdrawn. There must be some other deeper issues with those. I did find out through this research that the one I ride by in Mill Creek is withdrawn, so I'm going to deep dive into that later on. But here we go. So here's their total balance sheet in Utah as of November 11th. So $87 million of houses. And we saw on that other thing that they had, $6 billion across the United States on their balance sheet. So then continuing, let's see here. Original list price, here's the list price, here's the original list price. So original is when they listed it. This is what they did a price adjustment to. So when we think about price adjustments, in this market, if you're doing a price adjustment, it's usually because you overpriced the home, and so you're adjusting it downward. Where did I do? Oh, here's the price drop column. So this one dropped $1,000. This one $15,000 before it went under contract. $15,000, $35,000. So like a lot of people, they want to list it high, hoping that someone comes in and snaps it up, and then over time, from the houses I looked at of theirs, they intentionally just drop it about $5,000 every week until it sells, which is a reasonable strategy, just to move the inventory, avoid holding costs, and just keep moving forward with the process. But so it's kind of 50-50 on these price drops that you can see. A lot of them didn't drop, and obviously we were in a crazy market the last 12 months. Then going over here, we got concessions. That's pretty normal in any market. This market, there's been a lot less seller concessions, so that's when a seller pays for a closing cost for a buyer or something. We have the sold dates, and then we have this list to sold ratio. So this is the new list, so that's after their price drop to the list to sold ratio. So when it's 100%, that means it's sold for exactly what it was listed for. This sold for 90. The sold price is 98.41% of what the list price was. This one was essentially 8.6% above the list price. So that one got bid up. I bet you the days on market are pretty low on that one also. But on average, they were 99.36% through these 179 transactions to the original list price. So before they did any price drops, it was 97.64%. So pretty close, not bad. Diving into some other data, let's see here, right here. So I wanted to look at it a little more granular. So I did price buckets. I love price buckets when you're looking at data. So where was their sweet spot? This is for the sale. So this isn't what they bought the house for. This is what they listed it for and probably sold it for. They love, and everyone loves, every flipper loves the $400,000 to $500,000 price point. It's a great home. I wouldn't call it a starter home in Utah, but it kind of is, depending on where you're at. That's definitely in a great price for most buyers. Few 3 to 400, 5 to 600, 700,000 plus, only 3 homes. Which, when you're flipping a house, that's going to be a harder home to sell if you're trying to get through it fast, because there's fewer buyers that are buying $700,000 homes. Obviously, it depends on the neighborhood. Sugar House, stuff there, remodeled, real nice, going for $600,000. $600,000 in Eagle Mountain will get you a 4,000 square foot home probably. So it depends on the neighborhood. The county. So I broke this out by county. Box Elder, they did 1. Davis, 25. Salt Lake, 88. Utah, 54. Utah County. So Salt Lake and Utah County is where they found their most deals. So typically with these iBuyers, they're probably doing digital marketing. Maybe they're doing some mailers to just distress properties. Just like all those letters you get as a homeowner, I get them too. That's probably what they're doing, and they're finding these deals off market, getting them for a reasonable price, and then flipping them. So they probably targeted Salt Lake and Utah County, A, because that's where their contractors are, B, that's where they know they can sell them more, and B, it's just chance. Next, so here is the status of their homes. So of 178 properties, they still have 50 active right now. Off market, they've taken 18 off market for whatever reason. I'm not sure why they would want to keep those on the balance sheet. Maybe they sold some other way. Maybe they need to do some more repairs, or maybe there's other issues. Sold 89%, which is the final goal. 20 are under contract right now, and one's withdrawn. So I looked up their staff. They have 13 people here in Utah as part of their brokerage, assistants, things like that. So that's good boots on the ground strategy. To flip 178 homes in a year, that's great. So the next thing I wanted to look at here was the days on market of homes that are still active. So this spreadsheet right here, all these are active. You can see that in that column. Over here is the days on market. So what's going on with these homes that haven't sold yet? The average days on market for these is 34. So we got one that's 69 days. What's going on with that? Why is that not selling? Is it overpriced? Is it a bad property? What is the problem? So I actually looked up one of these in particular, this one that got flipped in Magna. It's still active, 80 days on market, $400,000 home. That should be easy sale. Like someone should buy that $400,000 house. I don't know exact prices in Magna, but it's close to Salt Lake. $400,000 is in a lot of people's budgets. So I went through the pictures, and these pictures are beautiful. Like, they did a great job. It's staged. If they're paying for staging for 3 to 5 months also, that gets expensive. That's another big holding cost. But they did a great job. Look at this beautiful home. Obviously, that's Formica or something. It's an average flip. Nothing crazy here, but it is a pretty home. And it's big. It's got a lot of bedrooms. They're smaller bedrooms, but that's typical with older homes. So what's going on? So down here we can kind of see 5 bedrooms and 1 bath. So one thing to take away when you're flipping a home, if it's only got 1 bath, you got to figure out how to add a second bath. Period. 5 bedrooms and 1 bath. No family, very few families are going to deal with that, because imagine having that many family members trying to share 1 bath. It's just a tough sell. I guarantee you, if this had a second bath, it'd be sold already. So just interesting to see that. But that's what I wanted to review real quick. Just this is what's going on with the flipping market. Open Door's still doing a really good job. If you see some of their properties and you want to see them, let me know. I can take you to them, tour them. And if you want to learn more about flipping, you can watch some of these other videos I've done on it. But right now we're flipping that property in Farmington. It's moving along pretty nice so far. I'll have an update on that hopefully next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, reach out and have a great day.